Dzhambulat, BIZHAMOV, and this man here, Keiber, Gonzalez. Hailing from Venezuela, 21 wins and 1 defeat. Saw him on the Champions Night in Caracas in August, where he took on Elias Espadas and won over 8 on points. I made him pretty fortunate that night. He's won the Venezuelan middleweight title. That was back in July. The only loss coming against a 16-0 Cesar Tapia in Australia. That was earlier this year.
Дамы и господа, приветствуйте на пути в золотой угол ринга боксер из России Dzhambulat BIZHAMOV.
Dzhambulat BIZHAMOV is a fighter I've always been very impressed with from the very first time I saw him. That was as a World Championships in 2021, when he was just 21 years old, and he is slick, skilled, just a very good all-round fighter from what I've seen. He did plenty as an amateur, got a silver at that World Championships. He was a World Youth Champion, silver at European Championships earlier this year, 2-0. As a pro, he's got some serious backing as well with the Russian Open company and the T-Togs. He was in action at the Champions Night in August to lose where he stopped Juan Alves in the 5th of 8 rounds. And last boxed in early September in Chelyabinsk.
Итак, дамы и господа, нас ожидает 8-раундовый поединок. Это отборочный бой на титул чемпиона мира по версии IBA в весовой категории до 75 килограммов. Рефери боя Сергей Журкин, Россия. Представляю участников этого боя и первый боксера слева от меня в черном углу. Ему 30 лет, его рост 187 сантиметров, официальный вес 74 килограмма и 750 граммов. Многократный чемпион Венесуэлы, финалист престижного турнира имени Роберто Балладо на Кубе. Его впечатляющий рекорд насчитывает 22 боя, 21 победа при всего одном поражении, 18 ярких побед нокаутом. Представляющий Сьюдад Боливар, Венесуэла, Кейбер Гонзалес. Его соперником напротив, в золотом углу ринга, 23 года. Его рост 185 сантиметров, а вес 74 килограмма и 850 граммов. Мастер спорта международного класса. Многократный чемпион России, победитель Кубка Европы, финалист чемпионата мира, представляющий Тулу, Россия, Dzhambulat BIZHAMOV.
Head up, no low blow, no holding. Listen and follow my command. Good luck.
So a touch of glove, Sergei Zhurkin, our referee, Dzhambulat BIZHAMOV of Russia. He is in the white, boxing out of that gold corner. Keiber Gonzalez of Venezuela in the black.
Box.
And an early example of what we'll see from BIZHAMOV. He just immediately pulled that weight back, little lean back to make the jab fall short, and then just flicked up a powerful jab himself, just planted it up from the waist. He's got that nice loose style about him. I've got good variety of punch, but also manages to vary up the weight of punch that he throws. I've given him a big build up. If you haven't seen him before, then have a look and see what you think, because he is at the age of 23, a well-rounded fighter. Well, Gonzalez, taking a little bit of a stumble there, was kept up by the ropes. He clutched onto the ropes with that left arm, but the referee deciding that was more of a push from BIZHAMOV, who again just pulls back there, tucks his chin in behind the shoulder. And there's that jab again. Get some power on it. That's a good view of it from side on. Comes up from the waist, explodes up into the opponent's eye line, which makes it more difficult to pick up. Goes up and down with it, then back up. Jab coming up from that belt line is harder to see because it comes up into that peripheral vision, one that is thrown from the shoulder, from shoulder height, just below the eye line. You see that coming all the way. If a fighter's got a really good jab and they don't have a tell on it, then it can still be very difficult, but if it comes up from the waist, it presents a different kind of problem. BIZHAMOV, though, just throwing a couple of jabs there, coming from that more orthodox position, if you like, just changing up the trajectory. And Gonzalez just trying to keep that guard up and not give anything away here. BIZHAMOV isn't looking to be too expansive. He's used that jab almost exclusively in this first round so far. And goes down to the body. Just leans in, trying to tempt Gonzalez into leading off there, BIZHAMOV. See the slight push there from BIZHAMOV, but that's that use of the jab. And the final jab got through nice and clean through the guard into the face there of Gonzalez. And Gonzalez, I think, is in one of these fights where he's going to do what he can. He will know about the reputation and the skill set of BIZHAMOV, and it's not that he hasn't come here to try and win, but you can't be too reckless or gung-ho. 8 rounds is a long time. He's an experienced fighter. But he'll know that he cannot afford to give anything away against somebody like BIZHAMOV. But he'll want to take him deep into this fight and try and test him. Late on, maybe. But to do that, he needs to take something out of him early on here. BIZHAMOV won that first round and won it at a canter. Good solid combinations there. Steps in, left hand to the body, left uppercut on the inside, and he's just beginning to try and work Gonzalez over a bit. That first round, it was all about the jab, but this second already, he's looking more aggressive, looking to punch in combination more. Gonzalez suggesting that one slips around the back of the head there. Gonzalez trying to get onto the front foot and let his own hands go. Good stiff jab there from BIZHAMOV. You saw Gonzalez coming forward. It rocked him right back onto his heels. But the Venezuelan is doing the right thing here. BIZHAMOV is looking more aggressive, and he cannot just allow that to happen. He's got to offer something himself, and he's trying to do that.
No holding. Gold, no holding.
Left to the body there from Gonzalez, got nice and tight, dug his toes in and put some power onto that one, and this is good from him. Bishamov's had the better of this round again, but he's made more of a contribution here, Gonzalez.
No holding, Gold, no holding.
Good stiff right hand there from Bizhamov, but it didn't really do much to deter Gonzalez. He's been hit with some good punches by Bizhamov. He looks like he can whack a bit, but Gonzalez hasn't looked too worried by any of it, not yet. Long right hand again there from Bizhamov.
Спонсор сегодняшнего вечера бокса – британская компания IBA. Это большие коэффициенты, кэшбэки, реальным деньгам и умопомрачительные возвращения. Регистрируйся и погружайся в мир спорта на голову. Твоя первая ставка уже застрахована.
Defense there from Gonzalez is pretty good.
Ábrele con el open, hazle la finta, tírale la derecha, open y derecha. Y en la otra, pasa allí, y el open de derecha empieza allí y sigue trabajando con el open de izquierda. Pero cuando haya el momento, después de la mitad del round, cámbiasela arriba cuando él se quede ahí, ok, que la va a agarrar completa. Sí, porque él se está solamente bloqueando ahí. Anda, necesito que empiece a trabajar un poco más, gordo, ¿bien? Pero sin desesperarte, ok? Sin desesperarte. Sigue teniendo el trabajo, sin desesperarte. Fácil, golpeársela ahí y el open de izquierda sigue trabajando. De la buena mitad del round sube arriba.
No low blow. Okay. Box.
So into the third. Bizhamov again just taking the centre of the ring. He's in the white, Gonzalez in the black, and Bizhamov is a couple of rounds up here. He upped the tempo at the start of round two. Gonzalez tried to go with him, knowing that he couldn't just allow Bizhamov to unload on him, but Bizhamov again here just chopping down with the right hand, follows it with the left, and so far Gonzalez has worn these punches pretty well, but they will be chipping away at him. 8 rounds is a long time. And there's that use of the jab up to the head, down to the body. That's a good look there at how Bizhamov uses that upper body. He's in range, on the borderline of range. He's happy to stay pretty much in that pocket at times. And he just slips and rolls with that movement of the upper body. Again there, just pulls back, just hinges at the waist slightly, pulls back, tries to tuck that chin behind the shoulder.
Stop. No press. Box.
Avoid what's coming in and still stay in position to be able to fire back immediately. You rarely see him take his feet right out. And he's just poised on the borderline there, leaning in with that chin a bit, trying to tempt something from Gonzalez. Gonzalez goes to the body. That was a good left hand to the body there. So the referee thought it was maybe a little bit low. Countered by a left hand from Bizhamov though.
Gold holding. Gold holding.
And after the all-action affairs we had in the first 3 fights, the crowd, I wouldn't say it's gone flat here, but it's not been quite the same kind of affair. It's a good display this from Bizhamov so far, but I think they're just waiting for something to really ignite here. There's just that kind of background hum that you get when conversations are being had around the arena and around ringside, and everybody's not completely focused on what is happening in the ring. The clash of heads, I think, there. There's a gum shield come out as well. Well, there's a cut. There's a cut from the clash of heads. And the doctor is having a look at that.
Box.
And she says it's okay to continue. And that could have been it there. It's just on the corner of his right eye, I think. Gonzalez's right eye.
Все спокойно. Спокойно, посмотри, да. Да. Сюда, здесь открывай постоянно руку. Маши. Давай. Маши. Ноги возьми. Сядь на корточку, держи. Так вот, сейчас закинь ноги его, помочи. Ага. Достаточно, отдыхай. Все хорошо, все видишь? Смотри, работай больше. 4 раунда прошло, давай, тебе надо, работай больше. Работай больше.
That knockdown from Bizhamov, and before that you can see the fairly steady diet of jabs that he's been fed at times, Gonzalez. So heading into the fourth round here, didn't get a look at the cut to Gonzalez in between rounds. It didn't look too bad when he came over to the doctor. I think it is on the corner of the eye, so the blood, if it starts bleeding again, will run clear of the eye rather than into the eye. If we get to the end of this round, then we'll have completed 4 rounds, and should the fight get stopped after that, due to the cut, assuming it was caused by an accidental clash of heads, then we would go to the scorecards. Were it to stop in this round because of the cut, and it's from an accidental clash of heads, then it will be a no contest and no decision. Good counter right hand there from Bizhamov. Gonzalez immediately then just looked down at the canvas. I don't know whether he slipped slightly.
No holding.
And you can see the size difference between these two. This is set at 75 kilos, which is 165 pounds, so 11 stone 11, and Gonzalez is in the main a middleweight, which is 11 stone 6, of course. Good jab, right hand from Bizhamov, and I think he felt that one, Gonzalez, because he just backed up a little bit there.
Head up, Black, head up. No holding, no holding, no holding, Black. Head up, Black, head up,
Dipping at
Black.
the waist there, Gonzalez, the referee having a quick word with him about it, but right up close where he is there, that's kind of safe for him, but Bizhamov looks to shrug him off. Close is safe really for Gonzalez, because Bizhamov has got those longer levers. It's the final 30 seconds of round 4. He's sticking to it here, Gonzalez. He's having some success to the body at times. He just needs to try and push it as much as he can in the second half of the fight and see if this younger, less experienced man might start to feel it slightly. That's the cut, and as we were saying, it is on the corner there, so when the blood does start to come, and not too much did in that round actually. It's running clear of the eye.
Vamos a cambiar la estrategia entonces. Quiero que si te vas a cerrar, pero no ahí pasivo. Vas a cerrarte y de una vez vas a entrar
18 of his 21 wins, Gonzalez has come by knockouts. He was not super experienced over long ratings himself, but he did go 10 rounds in Australia in April against his Tapia. 8 rounds in August against Elias Espadas. BIZHAMOV has been 6 a couple of times, but not beyond that. Just backed up to the ropes here, Gonzalez, as BIZHAMOV caught him with a heavy looking right hand. Gonzalez was just in a little bit of trouble there potentially, but managed to get himself off the ropes. BIZHAMOV hasn't really put a dent in him yet. There was that one incident in the previous round where he hit him with the right hand, and Gonzalez did just back off and tuck up for a few seconds, which made me think that that one probably did get through and draw some kind of reaction. But other than that, he's taken what BIZHAMOV has got to offer without too much trouble. Sometimes you can have situations where a fighter soaks it up until all of a sudden they don't. Good right hand there from BIZHAMOV. Gonzalez was trying to open out himself. Left a gap, a big gap. But I think there's a concerted effort here from Gonzalez just to try and up the tempo. Now we're in the second half. Just walk his man down, walk through him, try and walk through him. And see if maybe he does wilt. There's no real sign of it just yet, but that's what Gonzalez is trying to do. He's trying to get on top of him and manhandle him. He's trying to make this second half of the fight his. Good body work there from Gonzalez. Got nice and tight.
Stop! 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 Listen to my comment. No speak, okay? Box. No low blow back. No low blow.
That's a nice combination from BIZHAMOV. Left to the body, then a right hand into the jaw. Straight right hand from BIZHAMOV there again. But as previously stated, he wears another one there. He eats a right hand there. Gonzalez hit him straight in the mouth, but he is taking these.
Stop! Надо двигаться.
Голову поставь. Все ровно, голову держи.
Corner just trying to keep that circulation on point. There's that right hand. He got good power on that. Good rotation into it. Just measuring your right hand there, and then just sends it through.
Seconds out.
Like, no low blow, okay?
Шестой раунд.
Stop. Box!
So southpaw here, BIZHAMOV, something he's very capable of doing. Just trying to give Gonzalez a slightly different look, see if it opens up some alternative angles.
Black, no holding, no holding. No push, gold. No low blow, no low blow, gold. Black, gold, no low blow, okay?
Again, that's effective work to the ball from Gonzalez. I say effective, it didn't seem to have too much effect, but they were well executed punches. BIZHAMOV though comes straight back and picks 3, 4 good, clean, solid shots of his own. But unless something quite dramatic happens here, or if BIZHAMOV can up the pace, keep it really intense, and really just put those hands together for sustained periods, it's difficult to see him getting the stoppage, or rather it will be difficult, but maybe he's just beginning to unravel a little bit there, Gonzalez, just as I say that. He just listed slightly as that right hand landed. His back was to us, so we couldn't really read anything into his expression. We couldn't see the look in his eyes into the final minute of round 6, but as I said earlier on, big right hand elbow from Gonzalez. That was a fantastic shot, and BIZHAMOV is in trouble here. He's having to hold on, but he goes down to the knee. And what a turning point this could be. That was a massive, massive right hand there from Gonzalez. And you could immediately see that BIZHAMOV was in big trouble. He gets back to his feet. He's going to need to turn around and face a referee. 30 seconds remaining in the round. He needs to try and tie Gonzalez up here and just ride this out until the bell, because he was buzzed by that. He really, really was. And he needs to get through to the end of the round and give himself a chance to recover in the minute between rounds. Gonzalez has got the sniff of blood in his nostrils here, and it's not his own. Right hand into the body there from Gonzalez. Plants that jab again there, BIZHAMOV, and wow, what drama at the end of the 6th. He was winning another round there, BIZHAMOV, to go 6-0 up. But Gonzalez and caught that right hand, and this is a little bit of a crisis in the corner now for BIZHAMOV. They've got to try and bring him round, get him back in the room in the minute between rounds here, because you could see that he was badly stung by that. He was buzzed, as we describe it in boxing. And there it goes, and you could see the reaction. The knees dipped, and he nearly went down from that original punch. The jaw just juddering. And it's that kind of rotation of the head that really causes the problem. He's got to go for it now, Gonzalez, because BIZHAMOV will be at his most vulnerable early in the round. He cannot give him the chance to let those resistance levels build back up. He's got to get right on top of him. Doesn't mean he needs to be gung-ho and reckless. He's got to be switched on. He's got to think about this, because he knows that BIZHAMOV can crack a bit himself. But the longer BIZHAMOV can stay away, the longer he gives those resistance levels of his own a chance to build back up again. Fighters can recover quickly, but he's badly hurt there, and Gonzalez has got to go after him, because it won't be enough for him to win these final 2 rounds. Well, in fact, with the knockdown, it could be enough to get him a draw, winning these final 2 rounds.
No holding, gold.
But for that to be the case, he would need a share of one of the earlier ones, and just correct my own match as I go along here. But what he needs to do here, Gonzalez, is try and ram this advantage home. Left hand into the body there from Gonzalez was a decent shot. BIZHAMOV has got his legs back underneath him. He looks like he's recovered okay. And he's done a good job in the first half of this round of not allowing Gonzalez to get through. As more blood coming from the corner of that right eye, maybe from somewhere else as well now. For Gonzalez, is there another cut? Just on the bridge of the nose, on the inside of the bridge of the nose by the eye there for Gonzalez. He won't be remotely bothered if there is. He just left himself a bit open, BIZHAMOV, didn't he? And that right hand came in over the top. He didn't manage to pull the weight back. He was maybe just a little bit complacent. Gloves down. And he got thumped into the final minute of round 7. And whatever happens here with BIZHAMOV, if he manages to come through this, then this has been a really, really good learning fight for him, because it was all going his way, and all of a sudden he finds himself down and in the middle of a storm. Good right hand there from BIZHAMOV. It's a mask of blood now, that face of Gonzalez. There's definitely another cut in there around the left eye, maybe blood coming out of the end of the nose as well. And BIZHAMOV has responded really well in this 7th. You have to say that. He's recovered in between rounds, and that is a testament to his own conditioning. And he has put it on Gonzalez, particularly in the second half of this 7th round. Gonzalez came forward hoping that he would be able to build on that lockdown, and it just hasn't proven to be the case. Impressive stuff there from BIZHAMOV. But again, this is good matching, because he's going to learn more from this fight, BIZHAMOV, than he will have done from his previous 3 fights combined. 2 as a pro, 1 IBA pro. And there's that cut just above the bridge of the nose, between the eyebrows and the forehead there for Gonzalez. I think there might be another one on the inside of the left thigh towards the nose.
El golpe que te he pedido toda la noche. Necesito gordo que lo tires, pero con poder, Ibe, por favor. No te desesperes.
That's good stuff from BIZHAMOV, good variety. Well, you can see that, say, right from the start of the round, but it didn't take long in the 7th round there for him to be completely back in the room, as you might describe it. He would have been disorientated by the punch that caused the knockdown, no question about that. You find yourself in that kind of fog, and you have to give that fog a chance to clear, and you do that by concentrating as hard as you can on not getting caught clean again. Because if you do, that fog can turn into a blackout. Just short with the right hand. This is the 8th and final round, and again, this is a fight that's really come to life from that 6th round onwards. It was pretty straightforward for BIZHAMOV up until that point. He'd been impressive. It had been a decent enough watch, but no real drama. And then we got our drama in the 6th.
Stop! Black, no push. No push. Black, no push, okay? Boss. Stop! Box.
Sticking to the body with the right hand there, Gonzalez. Give him credit. In the second half of the fight, he did try and up the tempo, kept coming and coming and coming, keeping that faith that he would get to BIZHAMOV, and he did get to him, but unfortunately, he's not been able to build on it. And BIZHAMOV again just crashes a right hand into the side of the face of Gonzalez, who is bloodied but still unbowed in there. Right hand on the inside there from Gonzalez, left hand to the body from BIZHAMOV, and this has turned into a blood and thunder affair the last 3 rounds. Really has. The crowd have got into this now. southpaw Byzhamov just trying to turn the screw here in the final minute. I think they feel that the stoppage could be there if he can really let those hands go, sustain the pressure. That he could possibly give the referee cause to jump in. Gonzalez needs the bell here now. And this has been an excellent response from Byzhamov after that knockdown. It really has. He'll have learned an awful lot from this. Final 10 seconds. Gonzalez just ditches one last right hand over the top and then looks to get out of the way of the right hand from Byzhamov. There goes the bell. Well, that turned into a terrific fight towards the end there. Kind of a fight of two halves in a way, through 5 rounds. Byzhamov was 5 rounds up, then he got put down, he got caught clean, not put down immediately, but then with a follow-up put down in the 6th, towards the end of the 6th, and he was in trouble. One more clean shot in that 6th round in the 30 or so seconds that were still remaining, and that could have been it, but he got through it, recovered in between rounds, and then came back in really good fashion in the 7th and 8th. But that is a very, very valuable outing for Byzhamov, because I'd say he just switched off a little bit. He was letting his hands go, he was within range, his guard was down, a right hand came over the top. Gave that head a good shudder from side to side, the knees dipped, and as I said, he was taken to a place in his pro career that prior to tonight he had not had to visit before, but everybody has to go there. He was in that fog, but he managed to ride it out. The fog cleared, and he did some really good work in those final 2 rounds. That cut on the corner of the right eye was sustained quite early on. Thankfully, it was never really a problem. This really has been a thoroughly enjoyable card right from the start, and I think we're going to get, well, we are going to get our first gold corner win of the night after 3 wins from the away corner. But Gonzalez should be proud of what he brought to the ring tonight. In terms of technical boxing ability, there's a big gulf between these two, and that showed in the first 5 rounds, but he just hung in there. Increasingly in the second half, looked to try and walk Byzhamov down, walk through those punches to land his own. Got through with that one, and it nearly turned things on its head.
Вы просто обязаны поблагодарить этих 2 настоящих мужчин за потрясающий поединок, который они показали. Итак, дамы и господа, в этом кровавом и драматичном поединке, где мы увидели все, за что мы так любим бокс, единогласным решением судей победу одержал и стал обязательным претендентом на титул чемпиона мира по версии IBA в весовой категории 75 килограммов из России Dzhambulat BIZHAMOV.
An embrace between the two, quite a subdued, muted response there to having his hand raised from Dzhambulat Byzhamov, because he was given a rough ride tonight, and he will know that. But as I've been saying, that is very, very valuable experience for him. Nobody wants to get clipped like that and put down. But what he knows now is that he's got the wherewithal to survive that kind of experience, and it will stand him in good stead.
Дамы и господа, Dzhambulat BIZHAMOV, который только что одержал очень важную и красивую победу. Ну, Dzhambulat, первый вопрос напрашивается сам собой. 6-й раунд. Мы еще не отошли от этого. Ваши эмоции, ваши ощущения именно в тот момент.
Всех приветствую в первую очередь. Поздравляю за поздравление. Очень хороший соперник, благодарю его за этот бой. Побывал в нокдауне даже, так что это хороший опыт для меня.
Ну что ж, вы сейчас прямо столкнулись с тем, что такое профессиональный бокс. И по коротким следам такая оценка, выжимка. В чем разница между любителями и профессионалами?
Как я неоднократно говорил, профессиональный бокс — это нечто другое. И я очень рад выступать именно по профессионалам. Спасибо публике за такую поддержку. Всех благодарю.
Дамы и господа, Dzhambulat BIZHAMOV, претендент на титул чемпиона мира IBA.
Well, just some highlights of that contest we've just seen,
Дамы и
and
господа, прошу приветствовать.
as we know, it was in the end a very, very interesting one. Dzhambulat was putting on a little bit of a clinic up until the 6th round when that happened. He did well to stay up from that original shot, actually. Not too long after that, though, he did end up going down and had 30 seconds more to survive at the end of the round. But he did that, recouped in the minute between rounds, and then rallied really, really well in the 7th and 8th. It was impressive the way that he came back, but as I said, he was a little bit muted at the end there, and you can understand why, because